And just to give the court a little bit of backstory, in addition to what Deputy Hilton discussed this morning, is this call is on March 16th, 2022 at 12:22 a.m. This is when at 2830 Waters Road, APD police officers arrived approximately around 12:08 a.m. after a lot of gunshots, which resulted in 11 defects in the front of that home, which ultimately inside of that home was Defendant Stillwell, Damekion Garlington, whose wiretap we have, Miles Farley, who is not in the current trial but is charged with the murder of Chanel Drinks, as well as other YSL associates. And the significance is the shell casings from the murder of Mr. Ford and Mr. McMiller were connected with the Waters Road. And so this retaliatory back and forth, that backstory is significant with these calls we're about to play.
Okay.
So, Your Honor, with that said, I'm going to play PDF page 423. And for this one, we're going to play the entire call.
And Jason, the DA handled the Ifgang case way different. That's why I think it's interesting that at least the former DA didn't even want to bring this case, this YSL case, forward.
Yo, how the hell you at? Where the hell you at? Hey, ain't like no little bad cut. I don't know. Where they at? I thought they in the front. Man, they got goddamn. They do their back. They can't come in the house. Yeah, that was my house. Say that. Shut up, open the door.
And so, Your Honor, them whispering, this is Mr. Boyer, who Garlington is speaking with, his phone number. So officers, when they arrive, they ring the doorbell camera. There's a brief exchange from someone inside, and then they don't respond anymore. And ultimately, Damekion Garlington was in a crawl space. It was raining that night. And so the significance of this is they're speaking amongst each other because they don't initially know, who's at the door. Police respond because of all the shots that were into the home. And so it shows their coordination. And although the phone number itself for 423 is Mr. Boyer's, one of my co-counsels had stated we believe it's Defendant Stillwell on the call. But the significance of them speaking while it's 20 minutes after APD arrives to the house, and it takes some time for them to fully come out of the home. So it's in furtherance of the conspiracy because they're coordinating with one another about where are you? And he says, I'm in the woods. And then I believe Mr. Garlington is underneath the house when he's making this call in the crawl space.
So the context of this call is it's directly after, to my understanding, individuals shot at 2830 Waters Road. That would not be a crime committed by our clients. I don't know what could. I think the context of the call makes it clear that they're trying to avoid interactions with the police. I mean, I'm not going to argue that that's not the context, but I don't know if that's part of a criminal conspiracy. I mean, they were just victimized and they're trying not to talk to the police about it. I don't know if communications on a phone about that would be in furtherance of a conspiracy because there's no underlying criminal act, as far as I know of, that is being furthered.
Your Honor, the conspiracy itself, coordinating with one another in the wake of an act that has been committed in the wake of criminal activity at that house. We believe that the other calls will show that there are guns in the attic that they want to keep concealed from the police. They want to keep themselves secreted and separate from that location. It's one of their trap houses, and them coordinating with one another to evade detection by the police does further the interests of the gang by keeping themselves from being detected and found out and connected to that house by the police. So calling to find out where each other is, because the police did descend upon this house where hundreds of shell casings were found in the yard. And it was one of those central locations that was involved in the wake of the shooting of Mr. Ford, Mr. McMiller, and Mr. Drinks. We believe that this communication does further the conspiracy of the YSL enterprise and the criminal street gang, and it's enduring, detection from the police for their criminal activities by apprising each other of where they are in relation to the hot spot or the hot zone.
Okay, and let me ask you so that I am sure what my understanding of it is. Mr. Atkins, you had said shell casings from this scene are connected to the Drinks murder. So this wasn't just like a shoot up. This was a shoot back and forth.
So, Your Honor, the shell casings from Waters Road connected with the murder on March 11th of Mr. McMillan and Mr. Ford, who
Oh,
were,
okay, I misunderstood you.
yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So
All right,
it's the state's belief that the rival gang was responsible for both.
no,
the
I
death.
understand, I
Yes,
just
Your Honor.
had written down the wrong set of murders.
And Your Honor, I left out one, I think, relevant fact. The police actually did come in contact with these individuals eventually,
Mhm.
and they released them without charging them with anything.
Is that before, I mean, did they search the house at that
Yes.
point?
Yeah, well, they see a gentleman in the house laying down, and then they try to speak accurately about how this happened. They went into the house. That's right. They went in the house upon seeing someone on the ground and detained all the individuals and then let them go without filing any charges.
They didn't search the house that day. They went in and detained, and Mr. Stillwell was later found to have been wearing at the house the same clothes.
Okay.
But no, they didn't search the house at that time. They
Okay.
didn't have a search warrant for it.
I never said anything about them searching the house or
Oh,
not searching the
but
house.
that's what I asked.
They went in the house and not arrested, detained people and then released them without charging them because
And
it was
without searching the house.
and without searching the house. They later searched the house.
Okay.
2 days later.
And I don't believe anyone is charged, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe anyone in this indictment is charged with anything that was found in the house.
They didn't find anything because they took it out before the police searched the house.
So
They can
Wow.
hear what you're saying. Pull the
Wow. She's pissed.
mic. Oh, great. We've got a second mic. Good deal.
They found some stuff, but we believe that the things that they referenced in the call.
Hold on. She just said two different things.
There was a number of things that were in the house that we know were in the house prior to them searching the house that were not in the house when they searched the house.
All right.
Hold on.
But before the police searched the house.
and is charged with anything that was found in the house.
They didn't find anything because they took it out before the police searched the house.
So
They can't hear what you're saying. Pull the mic. Oh, great. We've got a second mic. Good deal.
They found some stuff, but we believe that the things that they referenced in the calls
Okay.
were removed from the house. There was a number of things that were in the house that we know were in the house prior to them searching the house that were not in the house when they searched the house.
All right. Well, based on, and we're going to hear that soon enough.
Yes,
Based on what's about to come up, I'm going to admit that under the co-conspirator exception, since there's apparently some evidence that they were concerned about
What was-
some criminal activity or contraband or something in the house.
yes, and I think that the next call might shed
All
more
right.
light on it.
So, Your Honor, the next call we're turning to is 472. So the call we just played was at 12:22 a.m. This is at 4:33 a.m. again on March 16th.
Good, nigga.
Hello?
You good?
Yeah. What is it?
What the hell you mean, nigga?
I ain't even say, I ain't saving no number.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
Where the hell you at? You gone?
Yeah. I'm about to drop my house off.
7 miles, boy, it's all love, boy. I can't wait, boy. I gotta go home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he just ran in the store real quick.
Yeah, so it was all love. I ain't waiting, boy. I gotta go, boy. That shit just shook the fuck out of me.
Man, wet, man. When I seen it, when I seen it,
Man, what? Man, that whole just, man, boy, listen, boy, I just said to myself, boy, man, let me out that car. Boy, I'm gonna go in, boy, and I ain't coming back outside, boy. I don't care if I have no run or nothing, boy. Them motherfuckers ain't moving.
hey, what? I said the same shit, what? Somebody everything. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like,
What's so crazy, bro? I was just being cheap. I said was being cheap. My whole keep saying, let's get a run like him. I don't have to pay no run. Man, listen, boy, I just said, damn, boy. They can send a nigga right screen with their money like that. My nigga gonna spend this shit on them in the room, man.
man, what? I'm
Fuck
trying to,
up.
hey, that's on DB. I mean, I'm like, no, but I got to get my last 2,000. I got to get lawyered in. I'm like, man. I'm in that beat like, you know, man. Damn.
But you wouldn't believe, boy. All the sticks and the guns was in the gray car.
For real?
Man, God, boy, and the sticks and shit in the attic.
Ooh, shit. What? That was done, like, what?
Man, what?
Your Honor, I'll continue playing, but when they're saying that the sticks are up in the attic, it's the state's theory that they're talking about the Waters Roadhouse. When we were just discussing what's inside of the home or not inside the home, it's the states that line about their sticks up in the attic. Sticks is short term for AK-47s or longer handguns. rifles that they're talking about the guns in the attic of the Waters Road home that all these police swarmed after the gunshots. I'm going to continue playing. And also to orient the court, Your Honor, this phone number, which ends in 1103, the state attributes to Mr. Schart's client. So it's Garlington and him speaking.
That was good. Yeah. How long? Yeah, get up out of there, bro. Baby. What they went? Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, nah, man. You know how far I gotta go.
Oh yeah. Hope got down. Blowed up.
She what?
She blowed it up, boy.
Hey, man, she blew my shit up.
You saying Shannon okay, man? Hold on, them too.
All right.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you walk past me first thing. I'm like, well, I know for a fact.
Well, what? You know who she was coming to then?
She say all this same shit though. She like, so you, cause she like, who house is? I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm telling you my first time here. She was like,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Man, listen, bro. I'm thinking. Get what I kept saying. I said, boy, I know being mild and smart. I know they told them both. Got her. They took her to the front. I said, I know they hit that back cut.
I really believe. I'm trying to find out. Back cut. That's why I called you.
Man, you talking about, well, I would have made one straight through the motherfucking bush back there, boy. I'm telling you, I would have went trucking back there.
Well, guess what? We only got caught. This time I once they legs showing. He thinks somebody in the house dead, bro.
Man, they tell me, they like, so you telling me nobody in the house? I'm like, hell, man, I ain't listen, man. I just pulled up. I said, I signed for 3 minutes. Top. The motherfucker go popping. So shit.
I said the same shit.
Oh, God. Well, I said I signed 3 minutes. Popping. Them motherfucker went to popping. So shit. I went to got down ducking and running. They told me, so why you so why you ain't got down? I thought it comes on something. They told me, so why you ain't got down come out when we said Atlanta police? I'm like, shit, I don't trust Atlanta police. I'm thinking these folks. I'm thinking these folks trying to get her to come out. So shit, I stayed in.
Yeah.
Oh God, they're like, yeah. I'm like, look, bro, y'all question me like I'm a suspect. I'm a victim. They're like, yeah, you right. They're like, but let's do what we gotta do. We're gonna get back with you. If everything come out clean, then we'll let y'all go. Like, say less. I'm in the car sleep. I can't wait. When they tell me that, I kick back. Don't goddamn go out.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You know what they can't get the video from Nick on camera.
Hell no.
Yeah, okay.
But you wouldn't believe, boy. I'm in the mother like, boy, I know they can't come in here. We good, Brett. I'm like, I'm telling Brett, like, we good, but they probably.
You told me I was in the woods. You told me I was in the woods.
I was up on the house, man. You don't see how dirty I am?
Oh, we heard them get there. They like, hey, move. She like, hey, I done that. I go out the back door. No, I go out the back door, right? So I'm finna go toward the car and hop in the car, just sit in the car the whole time. That's what they hit, so. Man, I go to the other side, finna try to hop the fence. They like, hey.
I'm telling you what you gonna do. Go get that cut, boy.
I know it. I everybody what a cut was. They said, I didn't know.
Man, listen, man. You probably made your cut. Yeah, like you ain't from the hood, boy. You know how this shit go. I would have went back there and made me a cut, boy. I would have been trucking through the motherfucker. That's why I got that shoes so dirty, my pants dirty, and my shoes dirty.
Real. They say, so is this about Matt, man? I said, man, I don't know.
Man, listen, man. They asked me, do I know Matt? Man, I said, I don't know no motherfucking Matt, man. Who are that?
Yeah.
I said, man, I'm not even from over here, bro. I'm from Tumbleville area, bro.
Yeah.
So what you doing over here? Man, I can't see a friend, man. I'm trying to talk about that game, man.
What you talking about? Damn, man. That whole blowing me up. That whole thing, nigga Sheen, all type of shit. That nigga was so cool though. He got damn called back. I need to put a lock on my phone and take my, like, have my messages pop out.
This shit crazy, bro. I'm finna go in, boy. I'm finna get out the driver's seat, let her drive, tell her drive slow as possible. I got down, my stupid ass went in the car, got my stick out the car and my FN out the car. Watch where right there. Got in the car, pulled up. They're really why I ain't want to wait on mine.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna text now. Hey, man. Folks blowing her air. She called too.
Sure. How she get some? How she get no?
I don't know. Cause, you know, Kira got my Instagram on her phone.
Oh.
She about to DM like, is you okay? So goddamn, yeah, blowing up. So my Kira was already on the phone. I get Kira and her number to
Pope.
Yeah, Pope. I was on the phone. I'm like, damn, man. But I say, I'm like, yeah, bro.
Bro, listen, bro, I kept telling myself, I don't know what the fuck. I'm on drill time though, so I'm really like, I ain't going nowhere. But I'm telling myself, pull out, baby, pull out.
You ain't hear me say, boy, let go.
Man, listen, you said let go, Miles said let go, Brad said let go, but I'm on drill time, so I'm just like, man, fuck that, boy.
Yeah.
I'm so mad. This time they served, he was just telling me like, he was like, you somebody follow D or your girl or it's that whole Elmo, cause they serve Elmo. I was like, man, Elmo fuck with them folk.
Yeah.
Elmo.
Ain't nobody follow me. Nobody on the freeway when I got off of that. Don't nobody.
Man, listen, man, don't nobody know my hoe, cause my hoe in a run, man, fresh run, a new run. Them motherfuckers just got in the run. And my hoe coming from goddamn, all the way from goddamn out here, so come on, man, stop playing.
Yeah, man. I know for a fact nobody follow me. Don't even know what I'm in. Don't nobody know I fuck with the hoe.
Don't nobody know what I'm in, though. I'm telling, like, these folks ain't knowing these cars. Though, I'm telling him, like, bro, these folks ain't knowing none of these cars, bro. All these cars are some new goddamn cars. Niggas ain't played.
Yeah. Damn, I hear them boys. Damn.
They're crazy, bro. Don't nobody know. Them folks don't be knowing where that spot at, man.
Yeah.
Somebody get that drop out, bro.
But on God, boy, I know what I believe. On TV, that's what I believe, boy.
Somebody here, hey, boy, I ain't gonna lie, boy. I know you happy like I'm happy, boy. I'm happy as hell, boy. I just was saying to myself. Get what I just was saying to myself. I just was saying to myself, boy. Man, all these niggas might get out to man deep, boy.
Oh, man, on God.
I'm like to him, boy.
I'm gonna call you back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
That's the end of that
pretty
call, Your Honor. The
not
state feels
great.
this really has two methods of admissibility. The state feels that Garlington and defendant Stillwell speaking about, for one, when they say sticks and FNs, those are firearms. They're mentioning about a female they know, and they say that she's dating or sleeping with the ops. They're also mentioning how APD, this is 2022, was the APD gang units was following the YSL and YFN or IF gang back and forth. And so they kind of, in APD gang unit, when they were talking about, they're like, I don't know, McMahon, they're laughing. They're kind of saying, I just got to the house. APD is thinking, like, before the investigation is complete, because the shooting just happened, that it was probably YFN who just shot up this Waters Road, which is a known YSL spot, because they believe that they murdered their friends 5 days ago. And so with that said, all of their conversation, they're talking about getting away. You should have run this way through the woods. And when he says, I'm on drill time, because they were just shot at by the state's theory of rivals, if you're on drill time, you're trying to go either shoot somebody or murder somebody in retaliation. And so that's why he says, I was so mad I was on drill time, but the police came because they were just shot at, so they all hid under that at the house. With all that said, you have statement of party opponent against defendant Stillwell, but the state feels that they're keeping abreast of the conspiracy, talking about how they evaded police detection, at least for some time. When they're talking about, I think they used the term Miss V, they're talking about Detective DiVerito, who also used to be a probation officer and is very familiar with the individuals at that home. And so what happened in terms of the search warrant, Your Honor, is the search warrant was executed March 17th. This was March 16th.
Anyone know on more on
Any questions
Viverito?
from the court? That's why the state feels this is admissible.
So I'm going off of my understanding of the events, and I'm sure Mr. Atkins will correct me if he disagrees. I don't believe what was said earlier by another person on the state side was completely accurate. The police entered the house. They secured the location. They searched the house. I believe, and Mr. Atkins can correct me if I'm wrong, but my recollection is they did find firearms and they found ammunition. The reason I bring that up is because none of the firearms located at the house had anything to do with any crime scenes
Wow.
on this case. So when we're, the state's saying that that's my client, it's clear the context. There's statements, I think retrospective statements about guns. My client, to admit against my client, I concede would not have to be a statement by a co-conspirator. I believe that my argument regarding Mr. Stillwell's statements are a 403. He's talking about guns. He's talking about a lot of guns. All that is bad character, it's prejudicial to us. And I don't believe that any of these firearms that are found in the house, I know none of the firearms that are found in the house have anything to do with any of the charged crimes in this indictment. So that's my argument on behalf of Mr. Stillwell, who doesn't really have a co-conspirator argument.
I think it's more an admission of a party opponent, but it is all retrospective, I believe. And therefore, insofar as it may be a co-conspirator's statement, it is akin to the classic spilling the beans. Man, this is what we did. They came in there. I was running out to the woods. That's all saying what happened. And what happened is the classic spilling the beans. So I don't believe that it would be admissible as a 801D2E statement, would be my position. Be admissible against others, but not as to the conspiracy.
Potentially admissible against others, I think is what you meant to say.
Your Honor, the classic argument always in furtherance of the conspiracy is always, defense counsel who's trying to keep out a statement is going to orient to spill the beans, and the state's going to argue it's in furtherance. And that is the crux of the matter always. The state, and this is in the state's filed response to Mr. Schardt's motion for reconsideration on what Damekion Garlington told or Kenneth Copeland when we filed that a couple weeks ago. But the seminal case is Kemp v. State, which is 303 Georgia. I'm using my motion for quick hand to find the site, but 303 Georgia 385, which is 2018. Another important case is Chavers v. State, which is 304 Georgia 88. Oh, my apologies, Madam Court Reporter. Yes, CHAVERS v. State 304 Georgia 887, which is a 2019 case that also cites Kemp. And a key part here, when you have, take aside the RICO count one, when you have a criminal street gang, the statements that keep other co-conspirators of the larger criminal street gang, not necessarily the individual murder or crime, keeping them abreast of even past activities, that, and also statements that foster cohesion, because when you listen to this call, right after they've been shot at, right after the police that they were not clearly, trying to evade were there, they are speaking about all of those events in kind of a cohesive unit, right? They shot at us. The police were trying to get us, and they're talking about what happened. So the case law within Kemp, Shavers, all of that is why in gang cases, the criminal street gang, and also the count one conspiracy, which kind of become part and parcel of the same in this case, because it's the YSL enterprise, as the state alleged, those statements, even of past activities, do serve a purpose because they keep cohesiveness. It keeps in us versus them, and keeping each other abreast of the criminal enterprise's activities, whether the person speaking or receiving that information individually participated in it. The criminal street gang's activities is something that the case law allows as 801D2E, as in furtherance. So I just wanted to highlight that for the court, because the state's argument is going to all, when appropriate in this circumstance the state feels it is, it's going to be under the prognosy, so to speak, of Kemp, Shavers, and I believe Hassan v. State, which is a March 19, 2024 Supreme Court of Georgia, also discusses this, but I wanted to confirm that, but that's a much more recent decision before citing it to the court. But that's the state's response, Your Honor, in terms
Okay,
of
why
but
it's in furtherance.
Can I please respond to that? We're talking about, the state starts by saying, oh, the defense always says it's not it's retrospective. Well, the state always says, they throw out these buzzwords, cohesiveness, kept them apprised of the events. So the buzzwords from the state are the same they're accusing the defense of using, but it's the same buzzwords. It's the same thing every single time. And there are just as many cases out there that say retrospective prior conversations are not part of the co-conspirators exception to the hearsay rule. Stafford versus the state, 312 Georgia 811. State versus Lane, 308 Georgia 10. State versus Wilkins, 302 Georgia 156. There are cases after cases after cases that specifically say a retrospective statement that merely recounts what happened. And that's the whole tenor of this conversation, is not in furtherance of the conspiracy. So, buzzwords go both ways, baby. And I'm just as tired of hearing the cohesiveness and keeping
Look at
people
Nichols.
apprised. So, there are two ways that this goes.
All right. Thank you, counsel. I'm going to admit this as a statement by a party opponent as to Stillwell and admit it additionally under the co-conspirator exception.